violence is not the best way to solve violence. So if you want to stop violence in Syria, it's not putting some military, some soldiers that you're going to solve the problem. The international community must direct efforts to help the freedom fighters to promote democracy there, but it's not with soldiers. It can be made with economical blockades, with diplomatic measures, but no, it's not violence, mob violence that's going to solve the problem. Let's fight for freedom, let's fight for peace.
Communities should do something about it. I'm not sure whether you should just have an intervention as you saw in Libya, because the situation is different, but I think that especially Turkey, where you're from, could play an important part in making demilitarized zones so that people can have somewhere to go without being shot, basically. And I think the slaughtering has been going on for so long that the international community has to act now, and we can't wait for China and Russia to change their minds or something, because they won't. They have such an influence in that country that it is hard for them. It's not possible to go through the UN.
So, well, first of all, I think that humanitarian values are a universal value that we share with like everyone in the world, so everyone agrees on these kind of values. Still, there are some countries, government, that do not follow these rules, and yes, that is a big problem, I think. However, I have mixed feelings about intervening in this question, because from a more ethical point of view, of course, there should be intervened by foreign states, but for a more practical and also thinking about the citizens that are living in Syria, it might be more difficult, because we will not know what the effect will be if they intervene. For instance, the conflict could escalate, like it could get way more worse. And what could happen is, for instance, that Syria might bond with countries like North Korea. Korea will not have a really good relationship with, internationally seen. So yes, it's really hard.
Okay, it's not an easy question, of course. I bet everyone is going to say this, but probably they all are right. Should external military force resolve the conflict in Syria? I get the feeling that as a human being, you sort of are obliged to help these people that see their, human rights infringed in that way. But on the other hand, the question we really need to ask is, do they want this sort of help, if you can even call it help, because of course there are many things that can go wrong in these sort of conflicts. And it's not because we send troops there that the conflict will be resolved. So I don't think I have the answer, but it remains a very prominent question and something that should be discussed more often. So I hope you will.
We are very concerned about the situation in Syria, and we are. It's getting more and more dangerous and horrible situation we have, and we are totally against the killing of and the shooting of people. But I don't think so also, and that we should really intervene as a military solution. We have to go through other channels, diplomatic channels, try to go very peaceful situation more than intervene military, and that's like we see in what's going on right now in Libya. It's not the best solution we can have. So I'm more for a peaceful way to resolve this conflict.
Syria issue. It is a very complicated issue, because I do think that foreign forces, whoever it should be, should step into Syria and stop the bloodshed, because it doesn't matter what caused the problem, how it all started, and who's killing who. Well, I mean, it does matter, but it has to be stopped. People are dying every day. Innocent civilians are dying every day. It should be stopped. But on the other hand, just when I think about the consequences that would follow after that, the escalation that would be possible after that. All the tension with Iran and all this situation and all the international noise that would come up after that, it's really hard to say what the aftermath of all that would be. But at the moment, the number one thing that I'm worried about, that I think should be a priority, is stopping the bloodshed, and I don't see any other way but going in there and stopping it. So I would say yes.